Greetings and welcome to the Sports Card Ripping Teacher. Were people really that surprised that I picked the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame to win the national championship and the Green Bay Packers to win the Super Bowl? I mean, that is what I do, and I think most of you do realize that. But as a youth and a Cubs fan, there was no better time to feel excited and talk about your team winning a championship than the preseason. Because during most of my youth, once that Cubs season started, I knew that things were not going to go well, and it would be a long summer. All right, class is in session. Today is Tuesday, February 10th, 2026, lesson number 111. And today goes out to the Mega Box Maniac. I will get into something he sent me here a little while ago, but he's sitting, I think, 360 subs. So please go ahead and sub him up. I'm going to link his video that I watched. I think I watched it Monday. Had a nice hit coming out of there, so please go ahead and watch that video. But I was turned on to the Mega Box Maniac by Dino. That's right, Mean Dean. I feel like Dean does a really good job sending me different channels that I may not be watching, that I should definitely be watching, and I have been doing that. So Dean, thank you for spreading the community love in other channels. Kind of similar, I was talking about Justin, Three Good Nerds, being the guy, kind of if we were a motorcycle gang, Justin was there, handing you your cut as a prospect and kind of taking care of you. So Dean is definitely doing that as well. Maybe they get together during the NFL playoffs and talk about how can we build up the community since there's no Dallas Cowboy football to watch. All right, I digress. I get back on track here. But one of the very first videos I watched was of the wild cards, the prehistoric, and then eventually the Halloween ones. I love the art on those cards. They are just beautiful. Wild Card does a wonderful job of those. But I started doing a little more digging the past couple of days on the channel. And I mean, we're not, professionals by any means. His very first video was a Topps Player Choice video. And he said that somehow the video got condensed into like 3 seconds, so he had to do just a regular review of it. I always think back to my first video, and I forget who it was, but he mentioned going back to seeing other channels. And I watched pretty much almost everyone's first video, and it's kind of cool to see how the channel has grown since then. And I also saw one of his videos where the old slow-mo, and that did happen to me one time, but I didn't quite realize it, and I released the video because, again, I don't got much time to do anything during my lunch break, so that was pretty funny there as well. But he does box battles with his wife, Force Fridays, opening a lot of Star Wars cards, and his wife made him a phenomenal advent calendar that blew everyone else's out of the water. So if you're not doing so yet, go ahead and sub up the Mega Box Maniac and definitely watch the video that I am going to link here. All right, in 1992, Bonnie Blair won the first U.S. medal in the 1992 Olympic speed skater gold medal. She is the most decorated Olympic female skater, 5 gold medals and 1 bronze. She is an avid Illini fan, and my father-in-law says quite often she stops by their tailgate. I guess they got a couple well-known Illini players that go to their tailgate because they're at a primo spot. And in 1995, Lexi Thompson was born, LPGA golfer. She has 11 wins, 1 major, but at the age of 12, she qualified for the U.S. Women's Open. Everyone think about, what were you doing when you were 12 years old? I mean, that is kind of crazy. All right, it's time for our mail day. All right, so I have had this for some time, and just all the Super Bowl stuff going on, wanted to make sure I gave it its due as a full spotlight. So again, always very appreciative when anyone sends me anything. Again, it's just crazy how awesome everyone in the community is. I mean, for the most part, we're a bunch of people that have never met each other. And then just the generosity we all show. It could show the world a lot of things, that is for certain. All right, so we do got a sticker, the Mega Box Maniac. We're definitely gonna put that, I'm gonna start putting them on the lunch boxes here. So I will probably put him, there's a lot more space on that Jordan Love lunch box. I'm gonna put that one on there as well, but pretty sweet sticker. My buddy Robert, who's a graphic designer, has been getting into comics. He was on the channel the other day. He's supposed to be making me a sticker. And if I were to go ask someone else to do it, he'd be like, oh, well, you know, you don't want to wait for me. Well, pal, I've been waiting for a couple of years. So, oh man. So this is just awesome. I mean, these cards, wild card, they just, oh, hold on. All right, so I knew we were getting one and did not definitely expect anything more than that. So I've already seen that, you've seen that, but look at this Brett Favre. 1 of 1, Jack of clubs. Man, this is beautiful. This is too much. This is too much right there. Got in the back right there, 6'2", 223 pounds of all manly football right there. Man, that is just, I need to take it out of here. Look at that. That is a beautiful football card right there. Thank you very much. I will get it back into Pepper and One Touch. This will be a display card for me for sure. And I got a little sneak peek of this here. Look at that. Matthew Golden, Dynamite. I mean, these cards are beautiful. The 2 of 2. I mean, Wild Card knows what they're doing. I mean, someone should employ Wildcard to make all their inserts for them. They would make a killing. Man, that is just... And I do have it's a couple of years old. I have a Brett Favre one. I think it's a 1 of 5 or something like that. But that's a beautiful card. So thank you very much. I mean, these are display pieces for me for sure. And, you know, would it be crazy? So I feel like Matthew Golden was underused. I did pick up an interview with Jordan Love that, you know, Matthew is improving as a route runner. Well, you know what the easiest route to do is? Run deep, run long and run deep. You know, what if Brett Favre had Matthew Golden? Like, Matthew, run deep. And Matthew may just say, how deep? He's like, you just keep on going. Favre's going to throw that ball long and high, plenty of time to him to get under it. In fact, you know what? We have not done this in a while. It is now time for a demonstration. I'll be right back. A lot of people may not know this, but Aaron Rodgers had just as strong of an arm as Brett Favre. Now, Brett Favre had the greatest rocket ball of all time. He could fit the football into any window that you gave him, but when it came to passing it downfield, Aaron could throw it just as far as Brett. Now, when Aaron threw a check down, 10-yard slant, or the Hail Mary, his mechanics looked just the same. Now, with Brett Favre, that was not always the case. Throwing off his back foot all the time, the flea flicker pass like this, throwing it underhand, Brett did it all. But Brett's Hail Mary was something else. So this is what it would, you know, if he's throwing that ball downfield to Matthew Golden, here's what we're going to get. All right. So Brett's going to go under center, of course, Frank Winters, Frankie Bag of Donuts, that's right. Blue 18, green 19, set, hike. Back here, and Favre lines up, and he's going spiraling, corkscrewing into the ground. But I guarantee you this, that'd be a touchdown to Matthew Golden. Class is dismissed.